Dave and Darren in the morning, giving you the very best, our best to you, each morning on our morning show. And the cream of the crop, we present here in podcast form. It's time for another Dave and Darren's Top 5 Things podcast. My name is Dave.
And my name is Darren, and welcome to the cream.
That's right. Do you need any cream in your coffee, or are you sweet enough? Oh, wait, no, that's sugar.
You might not get slimed, but you're going to get creamed.
Let's get into it with number one.
Number
yes?
one.
Number one.
You may have, in the middle of the night, gotten an email from Burger King.
What if I didn't?
Well, it's nothing to panic about, I guess, either way. But they somehow accidentally emailed everyone a blank receipt of a Whopper in the middle of the night.
Does that mean I get a free Whopper or I owe them for a Whopper?
It means nothing right now. The blank emails started showing up a little after 11 o'clock our time last night, leaving Burger King customers confused whether the company had been breached by some sort of hacker or if these emails were mistakenly sent out. You got an email that just says, thanks for ordering from Burger King. Your order will be ready to be picked up at Burger King, located at... while you're waiting for your food, let us know how you liked ordering online. And then there's an order hashtag, and then there's nothing here under subtotal or tax or how you paid. Just a blank order for a Whopper. No clear indication that Burger King has been breached. People who got these emails don't remember creating a Burger King account. That's even more troubling. Like, if you're getting Burger King emails from Burger King and you're not somebody who has ever interfaced with Burger King online, that's weird.
Or if you start getting text messages from the actual Burger King.
Hey, what's going on?
What's up?
Burger King here. What you doing, buddy? You up?
Any plans for this weekend?
It could be a system change that went wrong and blasted out blank orders to Burger King's entire marketing database. We just don't know. So if you find in your email inbox this morning...
You're saying I should freak out.
It's like you weren't listening to anything I just said. You should not freak out. Nobody freak out. I forbid anybody to freak out.
Do or don't freak out.
Do not.
Do not
Do
freak
not
out.
freak out about the fact that
Yet.
No.
Do not freak out yet.
I don't think there's any reason for anyone to be concerned.
Okay.
Unless there is.
What does that mean?
Somebody saying here, hey, Burger King, why did everybody and their grandmother get this email all at once? You are stressing me out. Thought someone might have hacked my account and placed an order. Even my roommate got one. People confused. And a lot of the confusion exacerbated by the fact that they don't remember giving Burger King their contact information. I've never once signed up with anything for Burger King.
You don't have the Burger King app?
No. I also don't have any emails from Burger King. So now I've got, like, fear of missing out.
Exactly. How
come I haven't been?
I'm not good enough?
No one... Burger King not responding for a request on comment at this time.
Burger King didn't have any desire to brainwash me?
What, I'm not good enough to be brainwashed?
Okay.
This has happened both in the United States and in the United Kingdom. So, I had a Burger King in London once, which I thought was crazy, to be eating a sandwich at a Burger King where I could walk to where the king lived. It's nuts. They put mayonnaise on my burger, which I did not order, but I guess that's the style over there.
Why don't they call it Burger Queen over there?
Well, I wonder, do they change it? Because the entire time Burger King's been a thing, they've had a queen. If when she eventually kicks off, do they switch it? Because it's like,
Now it's Burger Queen? That doesn't make any sense.
Well, maybe they want the gender of the burger regent to be the opposite of whoever the monarch is at the time over there.
Yeah, that's the sort of games they play.
We just don't know at this point. Or they just keep it separately. Charles will be the king of England and Burger King will be the king of burgers, and they'll have to have some sort of agreement as to how that happens. I don't know. Maybe that's what's keeping Elizabeth on the throne this long is the negotiations between the House of Windsor and the Burger King folks.
And I'm sorry, Charles. No one's going to buy you as a king.
No.
I mean, I'm sorry.
Well, what's he going to be? King for like 10 minutes? What's he, 70 years old?
Yeah, something like that.
He's no, as we say, spring chicken, right?
But just the idea that I'm King Charles.
Are you?
Are you?
Are you?
Okay.
Well,
yeah.
Lottie, duh. Yeah, he's 73 years old.
73. Olivia Newton-John was 73.
I know. But she's gone and he gets to stick around. Life ain't fair.
Billy Joel is 73. Bruce Springsteen's going to be 73.
Wow.
See a pattern?
Olivia Newton-John was born in England, right? And then moved to Australia?
That could be.
Am I crazy? Or it seems like all of the big Australian rock and pop stars were born in the UK and then moved
Yeah.
to Australia.
I think that
Isn't
was
that the Bee Gees story?
I think that's the Bee Gees story.
Isn't that the AC/DC story?
I think it is.
And it's Olivia Newton-John's story. They all were born in the UK and then...
Was Men at Work born in Australia? They might have been born. Was he born in the UK?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Who can it be now? What's that guy's name? Colin Hay? Yeah, Colin Hay, Scottish-born Australian
That's what I thought, yeah.
American musician.
Scottish.
Yeah. I guess he was an American now, and we're glad to have him. You got a strong back, we can use you, Colin Hay. Who's like an Australian
Who was actually born in Australia.
in excess, right? Those guys were all...
Aren't some of the people in Crowded House from Australia, but they moved to New Zealand? It's just like, Australia can't catch a break with...
Doesn't seem right. That doesn't seem
We'll have
right.
to get Johnny from Dale Service Center on the blower and find out what the hell's going on.
Crowded House is formed in Melbourne, but Neil Finn is from New Zealand.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, so would his brother be. His brother would have been.
Yeah, it's New Zealanders that moved to Australia. So you can't have them either. I'm guessing INXS is the only band I can think of from Australia
INXS.
where they're all from.
What about Midnight Oil? Are they? They're probably all. They're
those
Australian.
guys. Those guys are probably those guys.
They're
are
probably from Gattacalan,
Yeah, I can't imagine that Peter Garrett was born anywhere other than Australia.
So
Okay,
They've got-
Midnight Oil,
they've got
In Excess.
something to hang their hat on.
That was going to drive me crazy if we couldn't think of any of them. Doesn't seem right. How long was Olivia Newton-John? I mean, she moved to Australia pretty early on, right? Do you remember hearing that she was somehow a descendant of Sir Isaac Newton? That's not true, right? Is that right?
Just because they have three names,
Well, yeah, I mean,
Newton.
just, cha. Let's see. She was born in Cambridge, but then when did they move to Australia? She was 6 when they immigrated to Australia.
But then she went back to England to cut a record
Really?
to try to make it.
Was that I Honestly Love You?
No.
Even
It was
before
earlier. It was like in the mid '60s.
If You Love Me, Let Me Know. Oh, in the mid...
It
I mean, I
was
guess,
in-
yeah,
it was in-
73.
It was in the mid '60s, and then finally had a hit, like in the early '70s.
Yeah, Let Me Be There. Oh, boy. That still bumps me out.
Yeah, it's a drag, is what it is.
Well, at least Olivia Newton-John doesn't have to worry about getting emails from Burger King in the middle of the night. If there's any comfort, I guess there it is.
Two.
Looking here, the Bluegrass Drive-In is showing Where the Crawdads Sing, the DC League of Super Pets, and Bullet Train. That's what you can see if you want to go to the Bluegrass Drive-In Theater. I'm not sure what Makokata is playing.
Well, let's take a look.
Yeah. What are they, if you wanted to...
I know that they had,
Imagine Bullet Train, I'm guessing.
yeah,
Let's take a look here. It's...
Top Gun and Twister.
What? They're doing Top Gun and Twister? Well, that kind of steals the
Twister's your second movie.
punchline here because in Newton, there was a drive-in movie theater that opened over the weekend for the first time in a long time because it had been damaged
By a tornado?
by a tornado in March. And they showed Top Gun and Twister.
Maybe do they own that one too?
I don't think so. The owner spent the last 5 months fixing this drive-in in Newton. Repair costs tens of thousands of dollars.
Maybe they're doing it as far as like solidarity.
Is it
with
like a tribute thing? Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe it's a solidarity thing.
Immediately after the storm, the outpouring of support was fantastic, according to one of the co-owners of the Valet Drive-In in Newton. Everything from people offering to do GoFundMe pages to how can they help. We had multiple groups offer to come out and help with cleanup and things of that nature. So just the true Midwestern spirit show up. And they ended up showing, Twister after Top Gun Maverick there at the drive-in. Does Twister have any scenes where they're at the drive-in? Does it like...
I don't think so. I don't think there's any. I don't think they're too busy chasing twisters to.
They don't stop and watch a movie?
They don't have time for a movie.
I guess that makes sense. We don't have time to stop for a movie. We're chasing twisters, I told you. Well, yeah, that's what they'll be showing this weekend. Top Gun and Twister. I don't know.
The 61 drive-in as well.
That seems like... I don't know that I've ever watched Twister in its entirety. Clearly, I haven't if I'm asking questions about there being any scenes taking place at a movie theater.
No, not to my recollection.
All right. Well, we'll have to
Boy,
check,
I tell you what,
check that out.
a triple bill with if you can stay awake for it, Anaconda.
Let me ask another really dumb question because the last time I was at a drive-in movie theater,
Yeah.
we saw Superman 2 and Flash Gordon, and I was.
So you've
I
never
think
been
I
to-
was. I was 9 years old.
You've
I
never
wanna
been
say.
to the 61 theater.
No, I've driven by it for more than 30 years.
For Brood.
For more than 30 years, I've driven
well, and
by.
for college.
Yeah. I've always wanted to go. The problem is, whenever I suggest to my family, hey,
Yeah.
I think it'd be great if we went to a drive-in theater,
Yeah.
the two of them look at me like I'm saying, why don't we drive our car into the river? Neither of them have any interest in going to a drive-in movie theater, which bums me out because I always kind of pictured, that's like
Yeah.
a real family thing to do. My family says, no thanks. We've got a TV in our house. We don't need to go to a drive-in theater. But this might be a really dumb question.
And a working toilet.
When we went to see Superman
Yeah.
2 and Flash Gordon,
Yeah.
I couldn't stay awake during Flash Gordon. I was 9.
Yeah. That's
They had a speaker that you would like put
Yeah.
on your...
Yeah.
You'd roll up the window, right?
Yeah.
And the speaker would be
Yeah.
there on the window. But now the movie sound is heard by turning your car to a radio
I
station.
tend to think that's correct, yes.
Don't you run out your battery? How does that work? You're just sitting there listening to your radio for 4 hours worth of movies. Aren't you going to have a dead battery?
Let's keep the engine running.
Well, you can't.
Everyone gets sick.
You can't quite do that, can you? Am I asking a dumb question? If you've
No.
been to a drive-in theater, the text line is 470-2390.
I don't remember.
How does that
I don't
work?
remember 61. I know the speakers that you're talking of.
Yeah.
I don't know that. I don't think 61 has those. I think it
No,
is
61, they want you to turn your radio to
It's to-
88.5 FM.
Yeah.
So they must have like a little low power
Right.
FM transmitter where they
Yeah.
transmit the movie.
That's
now,
correct.
Bluegrass is different though because they're showing 3 movies at the same time.
Yes.
Do they have different
Do you have different
channels? I've got to get to a drive-in. But the problem is
sounds like
with
you're gonna
my
have to go
situation,
alone.
yeah, they probably frown on that, right?
Well,
Can you just go to a drive-in theater by yourself?
you can, but you have to keep your hands where everyone can see it at all times. And you're only allowed in the concession. You're only allowed in the concession area once.
Another super rope, please, sir. We've told you we're not we're not going in for this, sir. How dare you?
I'm gonna pull the popcorn trick on myself.
I'll never see it coming.
I fell for it again.
Consider yourself zinged.
The zing of the day.
Well, how am I this gullible?
Oh my God, I'm so naive.
What am I? I don't know. When I offered myself a bowl of popcorn, I thought, well, that sounds good. I could eat.
I could go for some popcorn.
Just never.
Oh boy,
We're right.
fool me twice.
Shame on me. Shame on me.
Three.
A Southern California dermatologist accused of poisoning her husband. They're alleging that she spiked his hot lemonade with liquid Drano to try and kill him.
Yeah, that would make your lemonade hot.
Hot lemonade? I'm intrigued by the idea of that. I don't know that I've ever heard of that.
Is that kind of like for a sore throat or?
Well, putting Drano in it is not going to help a sore throat.
No, just the opposite.
Jack Chen is 53 years old. He says his wife of a decade, although she goes by Emily, I guess, put the poison in his drinks at least 3 times last month.
Well, how does that work?
This guy's a radiologist. He said he started to become suspicious when he started feeling seriously ill.
When I tasted the Drano. I mean, if you're going to put Drano in someone's drink,
Yeah.
it's got to work the first time, doesn't it?
You would think.
You're going to get someone to drink the Drano twice or 3 times?
He says he became suspicious when he started to feel seriously ill, so he decided to set up a nanny cam in the kitchen. Screen grabs of footage presented to the court.
Yeah, there she is. She's bringing home a big bag of groceries. Wait a minute. It's just all Drano.
You went to the grocery store and got 9 bottles of Drano and a lemon.
I know how you like that hot lemonade.
She's holding a large red plastic bottle and pouring its contents into a cup. And then in the next photo, you can see him drinking from the cup.
This guy's capable of drinking Drano and it doesn't kill him?
Video footage shows her pouring the contents into her husband's hot lemonade drink on July 11th and then again on July 18th.
And now, the damnedest thing, I'm kind of hooked on it.
I'll say this, cleaned me right out.
Oh my gosh.
I had a bunch of hair in my intestinal tract. And for reasons.
I apparently had consumed Dr. J in the 1970s.
I go through a lot of hair.
Apparently. Mm-hmm. I'm swallowing a lot more hair than I'm aware of.
He says that he was feeling sick for a few months before he reported this alleged poisoning to the cops in Irvine, California last week.
I just don't see. I think I would detect Drano in anything I was drinking.
There's a video where he takes a sip of the still hot lemonade and then covers the cup with saran wrap.
Yep, this is some of it. I got evidence here.
And then Emily takes the Drano from under the sink and removes the covering to pour the Drano, replacing the cellophane and putting the Drano back.
If you have to start covering your drinks at home,
well, this saran wrap will keep her from poisoning me. Not at all. Look how easy this is. I move the saran wrap up, and there you go.
This saran wrap and rubber band will keep me alive.
She thinks she can poison me, not with saran wrap in the house.
She can't penetrate this.
Chen alleges his wife and mother-in-law verbally, physically, and emotionally abused him and their kids, who are 8 and 7. He was granted a temporary restraining order against his wife.
I think it might need to be more than temporary.
She's also been ordered to stay at least 100 yards away from the kids. He says that Emily would call me an a-hole and other insults. Currently, she minimizes my existence by telling the children in front of me to tell him to do something without addressing me. She would have the children tell me to do menial tasks for her. Emily's parenting, if you can call it that, revolves around yelling, insulting, verbally abusing, hitting, pushing, pulling, and being emotionally abusive. And I don't know whether any of that's true, but I think it's immaterial. She's trying to poison you, bro.
The first English word she learned was a-hole.
No charges have been filed against her.
How? Why not?
She was released from custody late Friday after posting bond.
I can just put Drano in people's drinks and it's no big deal? I don't think so.
The Irvine Police Lieutenant Bill Bingham says, quote, "We do believe this is a domestic-related incident. There's nothing we discovered that could cause concern for patients that she's treating."
You got to heat up some lemonade tonight?
I mean, I liked the idea of it until now. I think with this story in my mind, I'm going to be able to taste Drano even though I know I'm not poisoned. I could see that. Like, do you just heat it up in a microwave or how do you do that?
Well, what I just had, I don't believe. Well, it wasn't coffee.
Yeah.
I don't know what that was. Not sure.
Was it the coffee from here?
Yeah.
And it wasn't good?
It didn't taste like coffee.
Her attorney is saying that that this is just somebody who's trying to get a leg up in a divorce. He says, "This is a very common scenario in my law practice of more than 33 years.
Oh, it
They
is.
all claim that they've been
They're
poisoned.
all getting poisoned with Drano.
The attorney for the guy who got poisoned says he first started noticing something was wrong in March or April. And when he had further testing done, he began to have pretty significant symptoms. That's when he started to equate the chemical tastes to the symptoms he was experiencing. Maybe don't drink something if it has a chemical
Boy,
taste."
this still has that chemical taste, but
He says he suffered 2 stomach ulcers, gastritis, and inflammation to his esophagus from the alleged Drano poisoning. He filed for both a civil restraining order and a divorce on Friday. He wants sole custody of the kids. In the declaration, Chen alleges that the wife and her mother would put him and his 2 children through painful emotional and verbal abuse. I mean, it sounds like she's a real winner, but also, the second I taste chemicals in my drink, we're done here. This is over. That would be the end of everything.
and certainly if it's
setting up a nanny cam.
certainly if it was a drink that was prepared by someone.
Right.
If I'm not the one who put this drink together,
Right.
here you go.
Or maybe quit asking her to make your drink for you. You know, like, God, I think she's poisoning me. I think I'm going to go ahead and make my own drinks. Hot lemonade. I guess this is great for, as you mentioned, a sore throat or a
You're
cough.
not feeling well. You could also do if you're talking about hot lemonade.
Yeah.
It could just be like spicy lemonade.
It says here this is great if you have a case of the itchy swallows. The itchy swallows. Yeah, I get that. I've never tried this. All right.
When do I not have the itchy swallows?
Itchy Swallows, that was my radio name when I first started broadcasting years ago. I was Itchy Swallows, doing the overnight shift. Itchy Swallows. I was real popular with a very certain demographic.
The only demographic.
Up all night weirdos.
Number 4.
Papa John's announcing their new crustless pizza innovation. Papa John's pizza without any crust.
Or how about just crust?
How about we just give you a box? Would you dummies pay for that?
How about just a box?
Following a successful test at select locations throughout Louisiana late last year, Papa John's is taking its first ever crustless pizza innovation nationwide with the introduction of something they're calling Papa Bowls.
Yes.
Each Papa Bowl will have all your favorite pizza toppings in a bowl.
Yeah, that's all it is, too. It's kind of strange because you know who else does? Well, Other places might do it. That Marco's Pizza does that.
Gross.
Where it's just the toppings in a bowl. It's like, okay, so it's not on pasta.
No.
It's not on, breadsticks or anything. It's just scooping off the ingredients and putting it on a bowl.
You can create your own bowl or try one of 3 signature varieties: the Italian Meats Trio, Chicken Alfredo, or Garden Veggie.
I think Papa Murphy's might do this too.
Really?
Yeah, where it's just a bowl of toppings.
Now, you can't just go and order it.
You can't?
No, not only are they making a pizza that doesn't have a crust, they're making you jump through hoops. Papa John's Papa Bowls will be available starting Monday, exclusively for Papa Rewards loyalty members.
I don't know if I want to be that loyal.
That's for the first week. You got to be in the club to get the bowl. And then starting the following week, everyone can buy it for $7.99 a bowl. A pizza without a crust. That's the innovation. Our guy Review Bra, very excited about the new Arby's innovation. Have you seen the Hush Puppy breaded fish strips?
I have.
Have you tried them?
I have not.
Pollock strips battered in a crispy Hush Puppy coating.
Served with your crinkle cut fries.
Yeah, it comes in a 3-piece or 6-piece. Included is tartar dipping sauce. What does Review Bra have to say about these Hush Puppy breaded fish strips?
Hello, everyone. This is Running on Empty.
Food
Review! Well, hello, ladies, gentlemen, and
everyone
everyone
watching.
watching. Welcome one and all to this newest edition of the Running on Empty Food Review series. I'm your host, the Report of the Week.
God, I hope he doesn't burn his mouth. Because,
It has happened.
yeah,
It has happened.
it could be hot.
Thank you for checking in. So, first things first, you'll probably notice, at least as I get a little bit into the review, because
Probably noticed that my suit is 4 sizes too large for me. I'm going through my David Byrne phase.
to see it quite quickly. This is the very rare, I would say, second take of a video. First time, unfortunately, on the technical side of things, there was a big issue.
Oh, no.
So it was just unsalvageable. Couldn't really do
Couldn't
anything
do
about
anything
it.
with it.
So wait, did he film himself eating these hush puppies and then realize none of the video took? Oh, to be in the room when he found that out. Oh, you want to talk about the oaths and curses that
Boy,
are going
Grandma
on.
had to hear about it.
No. Oh, no.
I thought I was on the forecastle of a tramp steamer.
I mention that because otherwise you're going to see very quickly, I ordered a 3-piece of this, and there's just 2, and also the sauce is a little bit opened. So,
I'm glad that he's taking the time to walk us through this, because I would have
I've already done this once.
I would have been going out of my mind. Hang on a second. That tartar sauce is already open. What's going on?
that case, then one could obviously say either A, the person who delivered this decided to have a little bit of a snack, or B, perhaps I did a second take. So
Does he get it delivered?
I'm watching you, buddy.
that's what we've got. So I've already tried this, and I know what I'm expecting at this point.
Sure.
But that doesn't really change anything in terms of the actual aspect of this review. So I know how excited I get whenever I see a new fast food fish item. And I know everyone else gets really excited, really
Can't
worried.
tell if he's being sarcastic or not, and that's why I love this guy. I have no idea. This seems like it might be sarcasm, or he really does go out of his mind for fish. There's no way of knowing.
Worked up over this too. Like a swarm of great white sharks moving in for the feeding frenzy, right?
Always with the
People
sharks.
just start going nuts. Whenever a new fish item is released, you remember back in the spring, as is the case every year pretty much, when fast food fish season comes, people drop everything. They run, and in many cases swim, as a fish would,
Get it?
to their local fast food
you
establishment.
just
I
say-
love that he takes the time to stop the joke to explain the joke.
Wait a minute. Did you just say, oh, cod?
And Arby's definitely has people talking. And I know I say this with a little bit of sarcasm.
Oh, he does
but
let us
Oh,
know.
it is.
That he lets us off the hook, as a fish would.
in the end, I actually have gotten some requests for this, so there is some demand, and there definitely is a degree of interest for this. Arby's has released their new Hush Puppy breaded fish strips.
Yeah!
So what we have here, you can get this, number one, as a 3-piece or a 6-piece. So this is one of those items that essentially you could either eat it as the whole meal, or you could kind of just get a 3-piece and maybe have it as just like a little bit of a snack. or
We
as an
know how
appetizer.
food works. Oh my God, with this guy.
Yes, we know that 3 pieces of fish is not the same as 6.
Sheesh. All right, well, let's see what
Just eat the fish.
it's.
But
I'm going to fast
least-
forward
at
to him
least-
eating the fish.
at least now there's no chance of him burning his mouth on the fish, being that he's doing this a second time.
Yeah, it should have.
Should cool off by.
You should think by now everything's. Oh, wow, he is really going after it. Oh, he's going to lose a finger. What are you doing, Review Bra?
Now he's eating the fin.
Okay. He's still doing the gimmick like he doesn't know what it tastes like.
Yeah.
You've told us that you've already had
You've
this.
already had 3 of these.
This should be a much shorter video. Now he's got like some sort of black napkin that he's using. And of course taking a drink out of the golden chalice that he likes to have on the set.
Even though with these reviews, I oftentimes just like to be one and done, one helpful thing, occasionally when these things happen, and this is my second time trying this out,
You've explained
it
that.
does help in as much that I can try to establish a consensus and make sure, okay, it wasn't just that one strip that I had. This is definitely how they are.
He's building a consensus between the two pieces of fish that he's had in the last 20 minutes.
So I can say confidently that I do have a consensus in terms of this, and my opinion is unchanged. I would describe these as being very average
Average
in
fish.
terms of how fast food fish is. Now, I think we understand as a given that in the world of fast food, the way that the fish can be, we're not really expecting a top-of-the-line seafood restaurant, a place right on the coast where they have...
well, no,
we get
yeah.
that. We get what fast food
We know
is.
that we know that this is not Maine lobster.
So the takeaway here, Darren, is
Yes.
pretty average.
Pretty average fast food fish.
Gosh, I might do a separate YouTube channel because this is a 14-minute video. I'm going to do a YouTube channel where I just tell you what Review Bra thought of something in 10 seconds or less.
Just undercut him?
the fast food fast review. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and everybody who's watching. Review Bra thinks the fish is average. See you next time. I'll make a fortune. Like Cliff Notes, but for the report of the week.
You say he had black napkins. He's
Yeah.
notorious for taking utensils from a funeral.
And tartar sauce,
And
which is weird, right?
5.
Story over the weekend of a guy who was arrested after stealing an excavator from a construction site, driving it a mile, and then going to a grocery store and just randomly digging up the ground there. Witnesses called 911 around noon on Saturday to report a man randomly digging in the grass strip and sidewalk outside of a grocery store.
sounds like someone's got a grievance.
In the process, police say that he managed to hit a water line
Yeah.
and ripped out newly installed fiber optic lines.
Yeah, that's going to get pricey.
There was no gas leak, according to utility crews and firefighters who had to respond to the scene. Police say they are still trying to figure out the full extent of the damage that this man did. 46-year-old Omar Ortega stole the excavator from a construction site after it was left running. Crews at the site then followed him as he drove the machine to the grocery store about a mile
Where do you
west.
think he's going?
Let's follow and find out.
I wonder if did he call Julie?
How fast does an excavator
I
go?
wouldn't think too quick.
Police say a crowd of people at the store prevented the suspect from leaving before the officers arrived. Not me, man. If I saw that happening, my name's Paul, and this is between you all.
No, I'm going to
How's
watch.
this any of my business?
I'm going to watch it from a safe distance.
Oh, yeah.
With
Oh,
a
hell yeah.
bag of popcorn.
I'm going into the grocery store, getting some popcorn, maybe some white cheddar, and I'm going to just sit and eat
I'm gonna
one
sit up here-
kernel at a time.
Up here on the hill, under the tree.
Total cost of damages to the city from the incident estimated to be over $40,000. Bail has been set at $1,000. So somebody leaves an excavator running, and he jumps on it, takes off, and the guys from the crew are like, we should probably follow him.
I did actually do that this weekend.
What's that?
I had made my way into the country market over in Matunio,
Oh, yeah.
and I had purchased a few things, including some popped corn.
That was already popped?
It was already popped, and the person that was behind me was getting into some sort of she started saying stuff that was strange, like, "Can you? Is there an employee bathroom? Can you take me there? Can you take me to the?" And the cashier's like, "Well, I can't leave my register." And then there was talk of, "Oh, I can't find my car. I can't find my card." And then someone shows up, and she's like, "Are you related to so and so?" And he's like, "No." And he goes, "Did you pay for what you were just eating?" No, I didn't. But you can just add it to the. No, we're not going to add it. You can pay for these. You can pay for these groceries right here, and then we're going to, we've called the police because you're for trespass. You're trespassing. I think her whole thing was she eats something and then pretends she's going to pay for something, and then's like, I can't find my card, and then like leaves.
So this has happened a
This is
number
all-
of times.
I would think that they.
Why? What's the asking to go to the bathroom part?
I don't know. Just to maybe like escape at that point.
Create a
through
diversion?
Something. I don't know.
Is there a
what that
window
is.
she crawls
So this
out
is all
of?
going on, and then all of a sudden she starts going. This isn't about what. Why don't you tell them what this is really about? Like the guy, like they had a relationship or something. I don't know.
Wait a minute.
Yeah. So
So the store manager is yelling at this woman
yeah.
who is eating food without paying for it.
Yes.
And they've called the cops because this has happened enough.
Apparently enough. So, and then the person, I'm trying to check out. I'm trying to get my popcorn so I can get outside. And the person who's running that register is so mesmerized by it. and she's just kind of standing there with her mouth hanging open, going. I'm like, hey, can I pay for this? Can I, So I finally do. I get my a few different items. And then, being that I had popcorn on me, I just pulled around, knowing that the cops will be showing up here soon.
Yes.
And I just sat outside for, I don't know, about 30 minutes and just kind of watched them as she flailed around and was making all kinds of herky-jerky movements. And
No kidding.
one police officer's there, then a second one, then there's a third one, and then finally the first police officer goes back to his car and then goes back and gets her. And then the whole time while they're doing this is like through the drive-through lane of the store. So they had the station vehicle there that they're trying to pack up for some sort of catering and everything. And they're right there. So finally that vehicle pulls away, and then they pull the cop car up right where that vehicle was. They finally put her in the car, and I think, okay, this is the conclusion of all this. So I'll just drive right past them.
Oh,
and
wow.
Just take a look. It's like,
Oh, wow.
bye. Thanks.
Thanks for the entertainment.
Thanks. This has been fun. I made my way halfway through that bag of popcorn.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just watching this.
She was just, I don't know if she was.
How old? Describe her.
I would say younger than me, maybe 40. Could have been dusted.
Why don't you tell them what this is really about?
Yeah, why don't you tell them what this is really about?
Oh, man.
Yeah, the first thing she tried to say when the guy came up was, "Are you related to so-and-so?" She had a bunch of them. take me to the bathroom. Are you related to so-and-so?
What kind of adult asks to be taken to a bathroom?
Can you take me there?
See, that's a red flag right
Well,
there.
right away, because I've just got my back to her. I'm just listening.
So you're not. She doesn't approach you at all.
No, because she's already in the line. When I go to I go to a different line. And yeah, and that's when all the kind of crazy stuff is going.
Oh my gosh, you think she's still in there?
Probably in the jail.
Yeah.
Could be.
I'm looking here at the confined inmates, trying to see if I can get more information, because this woman sounds like she could be a star. Will you take me to the bathroom? Are you related to Josh? What? That's fantastic. And you just ate popcorn the whole time and watched it happen.
Yeah, and then she started using some profanity and started pledging to leave the store and the city.
Wow. Was that like
She
her
was
bargaining to not
I'm
call
gonna
the
get,
cops?
I'm going to get out. Yeah.
She's never coming back to
But
the tune.
I pulled around going, oh, they clearly called the cops. They've already said they did. So let's get a better
Let's see how this goes.
viewing angle,
Yeah.
and I'll sit here with my
So because you were visiting a friend.
yes.
Did you this is before you got to your friend's
No,
house?
this is the Saturday morning.
So you're like, I would have been here earlier, but there was a show at your at the grocery store.
Well, they did kind of wonder, you've been gone a while.
That's right. I was. And
Just running into town to get a few things.
and I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
Because the entertainment was top notch.
And she was flailing. She was certainly.
Did they put her in the back seat? Like,
yes.
Did they stuff her and
Oh,
cuff
yeah.
her and all of that stuff?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And then that's when I drove by one last time to say goodbye.
Thanks for the memories.
Thanks for all of this. The popcorn's been delicious.
Is it all over, Rock?
I guess so.
I didn't think it'd be like this.
Well, that was
That was
Dave and
something. Yes,
Darren's
yeah.
top 5 things. Who? Dave and Darren.
Dave and Darren.
The top 5 things. Thanks for downloading, subscribing, and gosh, you've listened to it because now it's over. The good news is we'll have a patron show for
That's
you.
true.
Almost immediately following this one. That's the July patron show, right?
Yes, it is. We're a little behind the black ball. Or 8 ball. Or the speed ball. We're a little bit behind the speed ball.
Yeah, that's coming up immediately. If you're a patron of the show,
Yes,
you'll get
well,
your
then
exclusive
Get ready
patron
for
show.
A show that just for you.
That's next. Until we get a chance to do that and all the other podcasts for you. And our morning show, of course, on Planet 93.9. Thanks for listening. Hang loose, kooks.
You stay classy and safe, Quad City.
Come on, Quad Cities, represent. This is for the Quad Cities record spot. Davenport, yeah, we keeping it locked. Rock Island, come on, and it just don't stop. East Moline, yeah, they keeping it hot.
What takes for nutches?
Well, it was fun. I'm gonna go take a nap now, and then I think I'm gonna call some hospitals.
I'm done. Do what you want. Pull the plug.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.